Y'all want to see a dead body? No, I'm lying. It's East Oakland. Oh, no, this is just 85th Ave in East Oakland. And this is part. This is just like maybe 10% of the homes in Kentman that's in, that inhabits the 85th Avenue. This is another Mercedes. This is the second Mercedes I've seen on 85th. This one has Texas plates. So I don't know how it got here from Texas. Baby, I don't know. But if you're looking for it, here you go. I don't know what that is on the sidewalk, but it got a license plate on it. So I'm not too sure about that one. This is another part of 85th. This is like at the other end of the block. Same shit. And then somebody just...
Wow, what an absolute crap hole. And that's where people pay the most amount of taxes than almost anywhere else in the United States. They're definitely getting their money's worth. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Rukadowski here of WeAreChange.org, and there is a lot of absolutely strange, wild, and bewildering news coming from the United States, as of course, domestically. We have some very eye-opening and surprising news regarding Dr. Fauci and Hunter Biden, but internationally, things are a little bit more troublesome, to say the least, as of course the latest events that have just unfolded in Crimea, in Ukraine, are very troubling and will have larger implications for the rest of the world, whether we like it or not. Another day, another grave escalation. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. You have to excuse my current studio setup, as of course, currently I am in Tijuana, Mexico. More on that later, as I'm probably going to be updating some of my equipment very soon here, as it's almost as ratchet as the streets of Oakland, as highlighted in this video that's being shared around social media that originally came from Bay Area State of Mind. And imagine this being your front lawn. Imagine being surrounded by this, as criminals literally have their way with you, and police officers are predominantly giving out tickets and making sure that everything is up to code with the latest draconian green energy policies that they have instituted there, a part of the many regulations that are absolutely robbing people of their life. In related robbing people of their life news, Anthony Fauci is in the news today, as of course he is now being officially accused of perjury by a former White House doctor that now is claiming on record that he lied under oath, specifically about his gain-of-function research coming from China, which he clearly has misled the American public on, as of course this topic of discussion was routinely censored by big tech social media that complied with the whims of the White House. And under the Trump administration, Dr. Fauci was able to get away with a lot of very unscientific, totally backwards, some would say even absolutely evil policies that took away people's businesses, health, and of course essential liberties. All of this as U.S. Senator Rand Paul is hoping for an official investigation into Dr. Fauci. Will that investigation happen? Well, we can only hope so, but with this current administration and the controversy and corruption that they are currently involved in, that probably will not be happening anytime soon. All of this as recently now a former FBI agent has come out and publicly confirmed many key details of Hunter Biden's whistleblower testimony, which is alleging that there was direct political interference by the Biden administration into the investigation of the president's son. And it's pretty clear as day that happened, as of course Biden has been using the DOJ to specifically go after a lot of political opponents, including his main primary political opponent in the upcoming 2024 presidential elections. But after an investigation into Hunter Biden, he literally got a slap on the wrist. This as U.S. Senator Tom Cotton even came out today and talked about how Hunter Biden wasn't even asked by the Secret Service about the nose candy that he is known to love and consume in very liberal amounts, as the government also in this incident investigated itself and found itself totally innocent, with no culprit who, in the most surveilled, locked down, and secure area of the United States, if not the world, whoever it might have been was able to bring in nose candy, and the man known for it wasn't even asked about it by the Secret Service. And what did you expect in our ever-growing and expanding woke ESG culture that distracts us from the actual issues that matter, from the corruption, from the illicit, illegal actions by our quote, elected representatives? This as BlackRock is becoming more and more powerful by the day, as they just named the Saudi Aramco CEO to their board. This as, of course, they implement woke ESG, underhanded, deliberate, subversive, ideological warfare against the American ideals that very few people fight. One of those few individuals is, of course, Tucker Carlson, who's standing up against the ESG, against the major financial institutions that clearly have way too much power, as of course he just officially struck an ad deal with an anti-ESG shopping app, which personally I'm going to probably use myself, as of course Tucker Carlson is also launching an independent media organization. This, as of course you're watching this broadcast on an independent media organization that is fully supported and financed by you guys. And one of the best and quick and easiest ways to do that is to sign up right now to LukeUnfiltered.com, as of course we have a huge amount of services, products, and offers of value to you if you just sign up right now, which is very quick, it's very easy, it's very simple. You click the link down in the YouTube description video, you click right here, you put in your information, you get emailed a login and password, you log in here, and you get 3 master classes, a forum to talk to like-minded individuals, a members-only store that saves you a ton of money, and of course an exclusive video that is too hot and spicy to talk about on this particular platform and broadcast that is going to be ready for you right after this one, as well as a potential Los Angeles meetup. If you are in the Los Angeles, SoCal area, this Saturday or next Saturday, I will most likely be doing a meetup in real life where members of LukeUnfiltered.com get to meet other members, sit, talk, break bread, eat some beef liver, drink some non-alcoholic drinks, share our tips and secrets, and be able to, of course, do an official little hangout meet and greet, which I absolutely love doing. I already did one in Miami, I did one in Austin, I did one in Tampa, and the people that come out, it's usually 50 or 60, are really awesome, and we make inroads and communities and friendships that are still lasting a very long time. So if you want to be a part of that, sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com, and hopefully I will see you in Los Angeles later on this week or the following week. Hopefully before the next global conflict escalates towards grand proportions and prevents people from doing so, as of course that's probably going to be the next excuse, the next psyop, the next convenient, contrived problem that there's going to be a key reaction from that people are going to, of course, have a very convenient solution from. And whether it's North Korea, China, Iran, or, of course, Russia, I think it's fair to say that there are some very troubling signs ahead for us, as, of course, the U.S. Pentagon is being told that it is a sacred obligation to help their fellow soldiers terminate the children that are developing in their bodies. This, as there's, of course, a bigger problem on the world stage that doesn't just involve woke politics, and that is the current situation involving the larger proxy war between the East and the West. This as grain prices have surged, as Russia has now officially backed out of a deal that it had with Ukraine that allowed grain to leave the country. This, of course, is not good news for the world's food supplies. Of course, Ukraine is a major food producer for very poor places all around the world, and it was still able to get a lot of this food out to the third world because of a UN-brokered Black Sea Grain Initiative and agreement between Russia and them that allowed grain to leave the country. Now, why did Russia leave this Black Sea grain deal? Well, according to the Russians, this deal that is going to be leading to some significant problems with the world food supply chain has nothing to do with the huge latest drone attack that happened on Sevastopol, happened to Crimea, and more importantly, the Crimea bridge that was just blown up a couple moments ago. But in all reality, it probably is. This, as we got dramatic footage like this showing desperate Russian military men trying to take down Ukrainian boats that were filled with explosives. This, as there was rocket attacks all throughout Crimea, many of them drone attacks, with the Russian government now claiming that there was 10 drone attacks that the United Nations nuclear chief is warning of creating, quote, dangerous conditions specifically around the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant that we had heard so much of in the last few days. This, as it also looks like it is potentially US-NATO weaponry that was used to blow up the Crimea Bridge, which of course is the key port of entry into the Crimea Peninsula that now, according to some reports, is dealing with major fuel shortages, as many civilians and people from that population are also trying to leave the region after this latest bombardment. This as the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, is vowing to take revenge on what he is calling a terrorist jet ski drone strike on the Crimea Bridge that has absolutely destroyed one side of it. This as the Russians are particularly blaming the United States and the United Kingdom for helping Kiev to blow up this bridge, which is the second attack that just recently happened, and of course strikes a very serious nerve for the Russians, particularly Vladimir Putin, as of course this acts as a major escalation of the conflict there that the Russians are now expected to aggressively respond to, with yet another tit-for-tat escalation that absolutely helps no one. This as there's also alleged video of people trying to leave the key center town of Ukraine, Kiev, because of the alleged fears of retaliation by the Russians. All of this as here domestically, big tech, social media, many politicians and media pundits beat the drums of war, as of course only a handful of individuals are daring to speak out against it and are being viciously and unceremoniously attacked. Individuals like Tucker Carlson that was just slandered by Chris Christie, a man who didn't see a donut that he didn't love, that of course is also not wanting to engage in a conversation with Tucker Carlson and refusing to even debate this very specific issue, which he believes Tucker Carlson is absolutely wrong on. Another individual that of course is promising to stop this war and is one of the few individuals that actually says that he could do this is of course the former president of the United States that was recently asked about this and then responded that he has, quote, a couple phone calls that he could make that could end this conflict. And according to other Trump supporting confidants like Jason Miller, they are coming out and telling everyone that Trump, quote, knows the pressure points to end this war. Is this true? Does Trump have what it takes to actually end this larger threat against peace in the Western world? Well, that's an important question that I'm going to leave to you. Let me know down in the comment section below. Press 1 if you think Trump is actually talking, willing and able to do this. Press number 2 if you think that this is just political rhetoric, as of course Donald Trump also escalated this situation and was the first president to send lethal aid to Ukraine, while also of course bombing other countries on the whims of his daughter Ivanka that convinced him to do so after crying. This is allegedly to of course even Trump's son, who came out and publicly said this. So number 1 or number 2, what do you think is the case here? Does he really mean it? Let me know. I'm looking forward to that conversation down below. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively subscribing to lukeunfiltered.com, sharing this video, and because you do, that's why I'm here. That's why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.